We peace, 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 peace. It's Furious Black. Cl- uh, they say the word is Klee, but I like Kai. Cly. Um, I want everybody to understand, right? How what we're dealing with. You know, sometimes we are manipulated by external forces that have not forgot have not forgot what they wanted for thousands of years. They didn't forget what they want, you know, and us not understanding them and thinking that we know what they want, we know what's best, we lose, right? Because these people are waiting for us to beg for them to come into America and to destroy this place and to destroy us. That's what they want. This is why Trump. Let's go over this video. Let's go over this video.
In on the Great Reset. Well, almost everyone. There's one guy who's got the power to do something to stop it, and you know exactly where I'm going. And they made a mistake. They tried to get Trump on their side, so they invited Donald Trump to Davos, I think a couple of times. But in January, when Donald Trump, I think, really began to see the beast that he was up against, he went to Davos, to the World Economic Forum, and he stuck a mega finger in their eye.
We're committed to...
So Davos is where they have, I think, the G7 and, different countries come and they talk about what's going on in the world and how they want to see change and what they're going to do to move forward. And this is what Trump said to these people.
Conserving the majesty of God's creation and the natural beauty of our world. But to embrace the possibilities of tomorrow, we must reject the perennial prophets of doom and their predictions of the apocalypse.
So, the scripture says, world without end, that the world would never be destroyed, it would never end. People go off of Revelations believing that that's talking about the end of the world, but it's really not. Revelation is talking about a particular time in history when all these things are happening. You're watching an end of a world, not the world. And this is where English comes into play, because when you don't understand what the definition of words are, they are able to use them to manipulate you. So these people who are part of this deep state cabal thing, this is what they push constantly. Not happy endings, not a better world, not a free world, but doom and gloom. That's where they're pushing us. With no education, they're able to push you into a world that they want to manifest. All right? Let's finish this off.
These alarmists always demand the same thing: absolute power to dominate, transform, and control every aspect of our lives. We will never let...
So remember, they always have recessions. They always have wars. And what do during these things? They take more power, unbeknownst to us. And he's letting everybody know that.
Radical socialists.
He's letting everybody know that he knows.
Destroy our economy, wreck our country.
I went over socialists and communism a little bit, just what the words are and their antonyms and their synonyms, so that you can see that there is nothing new under the sun. And if you are paying attention and you know how to to discern the truth from a lie, because there's so much lies. If you learn how to discern the truth from the lie, you'll be able to see what's happening.
2 days after Donald Trump gave that speech, the 89-year-old leftist weirdo billionaire George Soros made an emergency intervention where, at Davos, once again, warning that the U.S. 2020 election will determine the, quote, fate of the whole world. Now, in the context of Davos, take a look at this one more time. This is a month after Donald Trump addressed Davos and stuck the MAGA finger in their face. Here's what Francis, the Vatican, and Jeffrey Sachs had to say in response.
And it is a dangerous country right now. It will be absolutely dangerous if Trump wins re-election. Trump wins re-election. Trump wins re-election.
Francis and...
So what are we really talking about here? You know, you watch the media attack Trump. You watch your friends and family attack Trump for things that, you know, that those people in the political realm have been doing for the last 50 years.
Invited this guy to the Amazon Synod as an honored guest and advisor. He's also Bernie Sanders' advisor. What's he doing in the Vatican? Why is this guy who's a promoter?
You're seeing the connections. You're seeing the connections, man. You're seeing the connections.
For socialist, out and out socialist, Bernie Sanders. What's he doing advising the Pope? Why does he have entree to the Vatican, friends? Sachs supports abortion and contraception, but that's not a problem for the Vatican. For the Vatican, for Pope Francis, and for his friends at the UN, Donald Trump is the problem, obviously, friends.
Clearly, I consider the Trump administration a danger to the world, but I regard it as a purely temporary phenomenon that will disappear in 2020.
Do you get it? Do you see why there's so much hate for Trump? Because with all of his faults, again, he's the capitalist. He's not the globalist. He never will be one of them, which is why he pulled the United States out of the Paris Climate Agreement. Donald Trump pulled the United States out of the World Health Organization. That's Bill Gates and company.
And that's one of the problems. We don't take the time to look into Trump's policies because we've been so conditioned by the media and social media into thinking a particular way, right? They first started with how many people can we deceive with this dress? How many people can we get to go to Popeyes? How many people can we get to buy toilet paper? How can we get people to freak out? And it's all by design. So you telling me it's far-fetched for them to deceive people into disliking Trump? Absolutely not.
Company. And now he's threatening to pull the United States out of the World Trade Organization. People say, yeah, well, Donald Trump got married twice. He's a bad guy. Really? He's right in the face of the demons on this, friends. Nobody ever said he was a saint.
Now think about who he's fighting. He's fighting against the Pope. He's fighting against London, the Queen, her family. He's fighting against the elite in America. Who are the elite? The lobbyists. Who are the lobbyists? You already know. You already know. And then those people put the money to line up the Congress and the Senate's pockets so that those people do their bidding. They do not work for the American people. And this is what the Israelites have been saying for years on them street corners. For years.
He's knocking the sacred cow.
Now, they didn't have the full truth. They didn't have everything. But they knew that there was a devil running this world. And they didn't know who this devil was. And it's being revealed now. It's not no guy. It's a group of people trying to take over the world.
Of the United Nations down all over the world right now.
The General Assembly routinely votes 185 against the United States on almost everything right now.
And you remember, speaking of the United Nations, in November of 2019, again, right before COVID landed, Trump went to the UN, on the floor of the General Assembly, and he declared war on globalism.
Wise leaders always put the good of their own people and their own country first. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
So he's letting it know, like Bill, what is it, George Bush. He came out in the early 90s, late 80s, talking about a new world order. Those are the globalists, the people that are putting the drugs in your neighborhood, making sure your schools are defunded, putting police all around your neighborhood to make sure that they crack your heads and keep you in line so you don't go into the suburbs where their people are at. They create all the wars, they create all the guns, they create all the technology to manipulate people. I'm not going to get into all that, but this is what their plan is. Google helped China. Israel helped China to create these search engines to control people's mind, data. Young Pharaoh said something very interesting. I wish I could get it. It's a 2-hour video. I'm not going to watch it right now just so I could put it in this, but he said paper is the most important invention because it was a way to deliver information, data. What are we eating tonight? Or it was good to see you months ago when you traveled here, and whatever the case may be. Here's the recipe that I made that food when I made that food. Now you're creating a postal office. Now you're creating a way to connect people and information. These people like this, these people like this. Data.
And shortly after the speech at the UN, Donald Trump delivered, what do you think happened? The coronavirus was unleashed on the world, and Trump's booming U.S. economy went on life support. Do you think that was an accident?
These people say, listen, if y'all want JFK in the office, if y'all want somebody, even Biden said it in one of his clips. If I could find it, I'll probably post it on my Facebook, or I'll post it on Instagram or whatever, where Joe Biden says, yeah, it's not business as usual and Trump is not carrying on the Obama administration. What you mean? He ran on that. So that's telling me, because I read this book called None Dare Call It Conspiracy. What that means is they've been all on the same team, Democrats and Republicans, tricking you into believing that they're different.
So when they tell all of us to stay home, wear your mask so grandma doesn't get sick, please understand what's really going on here. They don't care about your grandmother. They don't care about old people, these people. They don't care about babies. They want them aborted so that they can save the common home. Abort babies, millions of them all over the world. They don't care about babies. They don't care about old people. In fact, if you want to save your grandma, tell the globalists to stay the hell away from her. You remember how some of them, like Cuomo and characters like this, were running COVID recovering patients through nursing homes? That's how much they care about grandma. And the name of the game now is to bring the United States economy to its knees, get it out of the way, so that everyone will want the Great Reset. Make the new normal so intolerably abnormal that even you and I, maybe, at some point in the near future, will be begging for the vaccines because we'll be driven crazy by that point. Begging for whatever else is going to keep us safe according to our jailers and our handlers and our zookeepers. You see? That's what they want. That's why they keep using this term, new normal. You know what we do to fight back? Go to work. Go back to school. If you're healthy, take off the mask. And for heaven's sake, go back to church and pray that Trump wins in November. That's what the reset was. That's what the Russia hoax was all about. That's what the impeachment hoax was all about. Don't you see? For 4 years, I've been trying to stop this man, because if he strengthens America, if he makes it great again, if he brings the economy back again, the reset won't happen. The New World Order is going to be set way back. Who knows when they're going to have another COVID opportunity like this one again? And
So It is important that America establishes peace within its borders and without its borders. Because if peace is the overall subject and the overall thing that we're all bound to do, they can't instigate riots, protests, and bring in UN soldiers to put the Democrats, the communist Nazis, back into power. Back into power. If those people get back into power, they will bring in people that is not from this place to destroy this place, run in people's house, kill people, destroy cities. Peace is the only option. You have to sit down and look at yourself, look at the world, and think about where we came from. Who's been running this place for the 50 years that's never left office? What is their connections to China and Israel? If Germany is the one that did all this shit to fucking Israel, why are we paying Israel? I'm not gonna lie, I'm confused to why Israel and the UAE did business together. I'm confused as to why they did that. I'm confused to why they're pushing something, that agenda, right? And maybe it's because of what I said. Peace over war is the only way to defeat the upcoming onslaught that these people want to do because Trump became president and woke up most of the world, some of the world.
Know it. So ask yourselves why they hate this man. These folks, these men, they hate God. They hate the unborn. They hate the traditional family. They hate you. And they hate Donald Trump, whose political opponents, by the way, right now are knocking statues of saints to the ground. They're beating up cops, and they're burning flags. You say you don't like Trump. I'm sorry, friends, but who cares? That doesn't really matter anymore. What you think of Trump's personality or his tweets. Look at the big picture. The choice is simple, friends. Stand with America right now, or fall with the New World Order in the not-so-distant future. There's no other choice. I'm Michael Matt for Remnant TV, and we'll see you next week.
All right, I just want
as time has passed, a new group has risen up. The West Coast, the new establishment, the Geffens, the Spielbergs, the Eisners, the Malones at TCI, a new group of white men, the technological white men, Microsoft, have risen up and demanded their share in the colonialization of the world. And now we have a conflict between two groups of whites who are fighting for control of the world.
And I've went over Hegelian dialectic, and I went over Bill Clinton's speech when he was talking about this brother, not this brother, but the brother in the video that was just there. This brother, Stokely Carmichael, and I showed the video where Bill Clinton talked about how Stokely Carmichael wasn't something that they wanted, and they wanted John. What was the guy? He died the other day. He died. John Lewis. Go watch that video. I posted that. And this is what he was talking about, this man, and what he just said. He's revealing these people. And it's not like these people don't reveal themselves. So anyway, this is Trump's mindset. Peace. Peace is a concept of societal friendship and harmony in the absence of hostility and violence. In a social sense, peace is normally used to, let's get it right here, freedom of civil disturbance, a state of security or order within a community provided by law or custom. So this is why Trump is pushing law and order. I did a video on law and order on YouTube. YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. I did a video on law and order. Natural law. Right there. Go look at that. This one too, the lack of law. See, law is so important to human beings because if you don't have law, there's no way to conduct yourself with each other and speak with each other in a coherent and viable way. So I'm not going to go over that again, but that's what peace is. Harmony in personal relations, a state or period of mutual concord between governments. So this is what he wants, because he understands how the UN is trying to come into this place to destroy, which is controlled by the Vatican, London, and the democratic communist Nazis that came over here in Operation Paperclip, took all of Germany's scientists, right? And they just want to destroy this place, man. And we can't allow our emotions and our fear of the future we can't allow our fear of the future to control how we look at our own development. We can't. And you know, typing in this stuff is dangerous. You know, it is extremely dangerous. But you could go look at this video. It explains what was going on between the Jews and Germany, and how the Germans perceived the Jews, and what was going on that led up to the quote-unquote Holocaust. I also have videos where it shows that the Jews were the ones that were out there creating the mayhem and doing all types of manner of evil, you know. But we can't allow ourselves to forget, you know, the truth. This is the truth. He wants peace. And he wants peace because he understands what these people want. They want total control. They want one world order. They want your kids not to be able to buck up so they could take more kids than they should, which is they shouldn't be taking any. They shouldn't be taking any whatsoever. But they do. But they do. You know. So yeah, go watch this video. He goes over a lot of you know, good points. I don't really care about his religious leanings. I don't care about if he believes anything or not. But he does his research, and he tries to come at it the best way he knows how. And I respect that. I respect that. You know, but yeah, Trump isn't trying to control anybody or move anybody into loving him. It's all about peace. You know, he had peace with the UN. With North Korea. He had peace with the Taliban. He destroyed ISIS. The main players on the stage. That's who he's creating peace with and trying to destroy those that started this whole thing 100 years ago. Took our gold and silver, gave us paper, destroyed our schools. What else can you do, man? You know? So that's all I'm trying to do, man. Give y'all a little piece of the puzzle so that y'all can understand, you know, these people were never, they were never for us, man. They were never for us. You know, in politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way. Right? Let me see something. Let me see. Get this for you guys. Remember, man, these people, Joe Biden, 51 years. Chuck Schumer, 45 years. New York is in shambles. Nancy Pelosi, 33. California, in shambles. Patrick Leahy, 54 years. 47 years. 60 years. Look at their districts. Look at their states. Look at it. Go and look at it. See, these people show their true colors. They show their true colors. You know, they show it. And you can't do nothing about it. Look, they killed this man for trying to free the people, right?
Hi, it's Sam Barker here from The Motley Fool. Behind me
and into the next century. Our nation is the enduring dream of every immigrant who ever set foot on these shores and the millions still struggling to be free. This nation, this idea called America, was and always will be a new world, our new world.
I've said this many times. America, United States, was always heaven on earth. The highest seat, the place where things that happen in this world comes from. I've said this many times. Go through my videos. I got 300 videos. You might find it somewhere. They was looking for this place for hundreds and hundreds of years. Read Plato. Right? From the time they learned from the Egyptians, even before that, they've been looking for this place.
At a workers' rally in a place called Branik on the outskirts of Prague, the idea called America is alive. A worker dressed in grimy overalls rises to speak at the factory gates We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's no secret that here at home, freedom's door opened long ago. The cornerstones of this free society have already been set in place. Democracy, competition, opportunity.
See? Democracy. This place is a republic. It's not a democracy. And it's only on the people to get it back to being a republic. You pick who you want to control, not control, but be your mouthpiece. That is not going to take or bend the knee. Take the money or bend the knee to somebody that is a dastardly bastard.
Private investment, stewardship, and of course, leadership. And our challenge today is to take this democratic system of ours,
republic,
a system second to none, and make it better. A better America, where there's a job for everyone who wants one.
See, they always use this, we know better. We're going to give you a job. We're going to give you money. We're going to give you a place to live. We're going to give you kids. We're going to give you everything you need. Don't have more than 2 or 3 kids. Then we have to come see you about that or give you less money.
Where women working outside the home can be confident their children.
And that's the thing, you know, they push women into the workforce. I'm not saying women shouldn't work or shouldn't have a job or shouldn't earn money. No. Women should be able to earn money and work at their leisure, not because they have to provide for their children. This is the system that these people pushed upon us. They pushed this type of stressful, idiotic world view upon us. Like we are 10 times smarter because we work 50, 60 hours a week. And I did a video on that, about working all week, where that came from.
Are in safe and loving care, and where government works to expand child care alternatives for parents. To expand child care alternatives for parents.
See? That's that Hegelian dialectic shit. Let's listen to what he said again.
Expand child care alternatives for parents.
Child care alternatives for parents. Let's give them something to make sure that their kids are watched and protected, so they think, so that we can take their parents. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. So am I. Think about it. How much is rent? How much is food? How much is your car note? How much is insurance? How much is insurance on your house? How much is daycare? How much you making at your job? What about your education? Are you making enough money for you, your husband, or your wife, and your children? Just you by yourself? Can you stop working for a year and do something else? Most people can't. They think they can't, bro.
Where we reconcile the needs of a clean environment and a strong economy, where made in the USA is recognized around the world as the symbol of quality and progress.
So why they move everything to China?
And where every one of us enjoys the same opportunities to live, to work, and to contribute to society. And where, for the first time, the American...
I put this video on so that we can see the New World Order thing he says. But I know y'all know, and y'all could go look for yourself. But these people, you know, these people used every tool in the handbook to deceive us, to manipulate us. And I see a lot of the older generations. I would love to blame them. I would love to. But they've been indoctrinated their whole entire lives. If you was born in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, and you are now coming to the realization that you do not control your life, you're definitely afraid of your neighbors and the people in your neighborhood. Guess what? It's by design. It's by design. They have those Georgia Guidestones. They have the Georgia Guidestones. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. They have this. They tell you who they are. So you can pretend that these people are playing around all you want. You could pretend. Look, it's in China. Chinese, I mean. You know? These are the people that are in on it. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Another language. I think that's Russian. Look. Hebrew. Sanskrit. The people in on it. So, I just want y'all to understand what you're dealing with, you know. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
American mainstream includes all of behind a new initiative I call the Family Savings Plan, which I will send to Congress tomorrow. We need to cut the tax on capital gains, encourage...
I don't know if he did it at that time. He's smiling like, I didn't do that shit.
Encourage risk takers, especially those in our small businesses, to take those steps that translate into economic reward, jobs, and a better life for all of us. We'll do what it takes to invest in America's future. The budget commitment is there. The money is there. It's there for research and development, R&D, a record high. It's there for our housing initiative, HOPE, H-O-P-E, to help everyone from first-time home buyers to the homeless.
And it don't work.
If you're still trying to figure out...
You heard? But anyway, man. Yeah, that's what this is about. This whole thing is about peace, man. If we don't have peace in the world, they're going to use the destabilization of the world to bring in the UN, create martial law to destroy you and your family. And it is imperative that we learn the laws of the land and enforce them. That's it. We don't need the rest of the world to be who we want to be. We be who we want to be by enforcing the law. Alright, guys. So with that, I'm Furious Black, and I appreciate you watching. Like and share my videos. Like the video. The check the thumbs up. I want more people to see it because we have to get the word out on who we are, what we're here to do, and how to be free. So with that, thank you for watching.